A very warm welcome to Well Kent Faces and some new ones to this year's Borders Change Foundation dinner. Now, my last three guests are Sheila, Pauline and Annabel. It has taken a bit of persuasion to get Sheila and Pauline to address you, and once you have heard their story, I will be extremely surprised if you are not very moved by what you have heard. Annabel works very closely with them in the Margaret Kerr unit, and I am delighted to welcome her back and also take this opportunity of congratulating her and her team in taking the new Margaret Kerr unit to the successful heights it has achieved in such a very short time. Well done, Annabel.
Welcome. Can you stand in front of this?
I'd really just like to give you some background on the Lavender Touch, the reason that you're here tonight. We're a charity which raises the funds to run a complementary therapy service for people with cancer in the Borders. We have 13 Lavender Touch therapists and 1 coordinator. We work closely with the Borders Macmillan unit, the Margaret Kerr unit and the renal unit. Referrals come in for our service from doctors, nurses in the BGH, nurses in the community, staff at Macmillan and Dr Howell's staff at the Margaret Kerr unit. Our treatments can be simple massage, aromatherapy massage or reflexology. These help cope with nausea, anxiety, muscle aches and pains, insomnia. Carers too can receive treatments if they are struggling. We get a continual 98% positive feedback in the work that we do, which is nice. And this integration within NHS Borders works really well. The downside for us, the referrals are submitted by health professionals. Therefore, the patients assume that it's funded by NHS Borders. Not so. They're paid for by us. So if I can now give you the reality of what's behind the service that I've just described. In 2003 we started the charity. That year we needed to raise around £5,000 to run it. We estimate next year we'll have to look for about 35,000. We're victims of our own success, which is nice in one way, but to put it into perspective, in 2003 we probably gave about 200 treatments. We estimate next year it'll be 1,600, which is quite a big jump. No one is employed to run the charity. We're all volunteers, and we're constantly looking for more volunteers if anybody wants to speak to me later. We have no office, we have no dedicated phone line, we have no computer systems, we all use our own from home. Our treasurer doesn't even let us heat the unit that we use for committee meetings in the winter time, so we sit with hats, scarves and gloves on. Brenda, our coordinator, is the key link between NHS staff, our therapists and ourselves. We can only afford to pay her 8 hours a week. And again, to put that into perspective, last month she coordinated 120 treatments in the Borders on 8 hours a week. The reason that we work this way is because we are passionate that the money raised in the Borders goes to patient care in the Borders and to cancer patients in the Borders. What keeps us going through our work is the letters, the touching letters that we receive from families. One such letter I remember receiving a few years ago was from Pauline. I'd like to hand you over meantime to Pauline, and she's going to give you her story.
I was diagnosed in 2006 with aggressive breast cancer. My treatment was chemo, radiation, Herceptin, 4 surgeries and 5 years of various drug treatments. During this time I experienced terrible side effects. I can honestly say this was the lowest point in my life. I came across a leaflet from the Lavender Touch offering aromatherapy massage. This is when I met Shona, one of the therapists. She was professional, caring and understanding. Shona understood the side of cancers that not many people see. I think I cried all the way through my first massage. It was the first time I had relaxed in a very long time. The Lavender touch was the only relief I had from the painful journey I was on. They were my light in a very dark tunnel. And now, 7 years on, they still offer me support and therapeutic products. One of the side effects I had from the treatment was body drenches. I hope you don't mind, I'm going to read you just a small part of a letter I once wrote to Sheila. Waking up in the middle of the night, absolutely frozen, dripping wet pyjamas stuck to my body. This happens probably about 5 or 6 times a night. It's due to the chemo and the drugs. I wasn't able to get up out of bed to change pyjamas or the sheets. I would lie crying in a soaking wet bed waiting to dry off. It actually feels like standing naked in the snow covered in freezing water. The water appears in cuffs due to it pouring down your arms. It drips off your bald head, down your brow and into your eyes because you don't have eyebrows. I would never imagine the trauma of going to bed until I experienced this for myself. I searched everywhere for sleepwear to help with this problem. There wasn't anything. So this is when I decided to design some sleepwear. Sheila has a pair here that is designed. Just if anybody wants to see, you can come and see it later.
To the side and you can have a look at it later if you're interested. We've worked closely with Pauline for the last 3 years and we're now delighted to be supplying this sleepwear to other sufferers of night drenching. Here's some of the feedback that we've received. One person said they're a lifesaver. One elderly lady told us she can now sleep close to her husband. Another said, in terms of quality of life, I cannot emphasise enough the benefits of getting a good night's sleep. I remember Dr. Cormie, who worked with us setting up the service in 2003, and he spoke a lot about the importance of quality of life. This really is what the Lavender Touch does. We try to improve the quality of life for those living with cancer in the borders. In this, our 10th anniversary year, we have taken Pauline's sleepwear to the market and made it available to others. We've worked on producing a therapeutic range of products to be launched this year. I've actually brought some tonight that just sitting to the side of our table here if anybody wants to come up and just have a look or a try. There's some nice hand creams and various things. The products will consist of creams, foot scrubs, balms for cracked nails, hands, feet and lips, which can be a side effect of chemotherapy. We have a small aroma sticks to carry discreetly in a handbag or in a pocket, and these can just be used for nausea and anxiety. Pauline and I have been trying one out tonight before we spoke. Lastly, a few months ago, the Lavender Touch was really pleased to open the new room within the Margaret Kerr unit. So on that note, I'd like to just say thank you to James and for everybody coming here tonight just to support us. But I'd like to hand over to Dr. Howell now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oops. There we are. I'll just hold it. We've been using the sleepwear with some of our patients, and I have to say, originally we had slight concerns about sleepwear made from bamboo. It doesn't naturally sound particularly soft, but in fact, patients have had great success with them. So thank you very much for both of you. 2 years ago, I stood here and asked you to support the Margaret Kerr unit appeal. And I cannot believe that not only have we succeeded in raising that staggering amount, but we are now in the unit seeing every day the benefit to patients, relatives and staff that the environment gives. And this is due to your enormous generosity in the past. as well as so many other people throughout the borders, as well as a lot of hard work from the fundraising team. The Margaret Kerr unit is a very special place, a perfect environment created by a caring, enthusiastic and quite amazing team. And every member of that team helps to provide the support and tranquility that our patients and relatives need. And Lavender Touch are very much part of that amazing team, using their essential oils, including lavender, in various ways and combinations alongside a basic concept of massage and human touch. And I cannot emphasise what that they give to our patients and families is priceless. However, running the service is not, and it's an increasingly successful service and comes at a price. So I'd like you to help Lavender Touch tonight by supporting them and giving our patients and relatives, as well as all patients in the borders with cancer and their carers, the support by bidding tonight and having a great evening. Thank you very much.
Cancer side effects isn't a very nice subject to discuss, but these days more and more people experience this terrible disease. The Lavender Touch is there for every single cancer patient and their families in the Scottish borders. They rely solely on donations to deliver their professional, caring and essential work. So can I please ask you tonight to give generously to a charity who are the Lavender Touch, but for me, they're also the Healing Touch. Thank you.